First of all, if I'm going to do these every night, because I'm already over it, I almost didn't want to do it tonight. But this is this has been just like such a wild change, like shift of everything that I felt like I obviously have to talk about it because last night was so hard. I couldn't sleep at all. I woke up at 10 o'clock at night. So I went to bed. I think I made it to 6:15 or 30. And I went to bed and I was like, I'm going to get the best night's sleep ever. This is going to spill. This is a whole setup too. I thought that this would make the camera less shaky, maybe, because yesterday I was holding the mic and it was so shaky. Pretty sure it's still shaking. I went to bed at 6:30, woke up to go to the bathroom and was like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I seriously was like, oh, it's probably like 4 in the morning. I was literally like already thinking like, oh, shoot, I woke up early. I'm probably going to have to play on my phone for a while and try to go back to bed, whatever. No, it was just barely nighttime. The bars were just opening. I feel like it got really loud. Teddy Swims was blasting at like 11:30, which I actually love Teddy Swims, but I just couldn't sleep. I could not go back to sleep. I think I stayed up until 3 in the morning, maybe 3:30. And it was hard. Also, went to the bathroom, started my period. That's interesting. I do want to talk about that because I am very woo about my period. If you're a girly and you don't track your cycle, observe the lunar cycle with your period, track your eating with your cycle, there's so much that goes into our period cycles. I'm insanely passionate about this. I've read books. I've told all my friends about seed cycling. It's powerful. I almost always start my period on the new moon-ish, like day before, day of, day after, which is also woo. You can look into all that stuff. But regardless, I woke up, started my period. I knew it was coming, but last night was interesting, because I feel the level of release that's happening for me in my life right now, little like side story that is relevant for the future. I lost my driver's license the day before I went to Chicago. I left Michigan, took the Amtrak to Chicago, stayed in Chicago for 10 days-ish. I extended it and yeah, lost my ID, driver's license, lost it. And again, I like panicked, was a little like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then I was like, I don't drive in Chicago. I don't drive in Lisbon. I actually would be okay with never driving again. So I was like, I don't need one. Who cares? Don't need it. That's like a March, April problem. I'll fix that when I get back. Or maybe I won't. I literally don't even know. I honestly couldn't care less. But the level of release that's happened for me to be able to put myself in a position to live internationally, of course I would start my period on the first night that I'm in Lisbon. Duh. Of course I would. So anyway, couldn't go back to sleep, cried and cried. I honestly think anyone else who's in the units next to me, and actually I did hear someone like going in and out at one point. So probably having like a party night. What was last night? Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night. So like probably going out and having fun or going on a date or something. And I'm in here like sobbing. So cute. Anyway, I wrote a ton. So I'm writing a book. That's like part of what I really want to focus on while I'm here. So I just wrote and wrote because I honestly just couldn't sleep. Someone did tell me this, that I should download movies from like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and whatever. And I was like, meh, I don't really even watch them. I don't care. Last night I wished I had a movie. There's like a few of what I would watch, but there's like different options. So turned on some dumb movie at some point. I was just like, I just hate this whole experience. What am I doing? And it was mostly just because I really am very budget conscious, which is different for me, especially traveling. I think that's like coming up a lot right now because in my past experiences traveling, I've not really been budget conscious. In the van, I definitely was. But even then, not the same way. I had resources. I had lots of resources. Were they responsible resources? No, not at all. However, I was resourced. I was in a very different space. Whereas now I really don't have extra resources. It's like, this is the budget, very frugal. So last night I was just like, oh my God, you're crazy. This is crazy. You're a crazy person. This is a crazy decision. You have no backup plan. You have nothing. Like, who are you? What do you even do? Like, what happens if you can't get a hold of the 2 or 3 people that you could actually call in a pinch? Like, then what happens? Like, you are stranded internationally. You have nothing. Like, just the spiral of like full panic. So cried forever. Finally fell back asleep. Woke up at 11 o'clock this morning. So made up for the sleep, which was great because I felt so refreshed. I was like, I needed it. I needed to get back into a normal routine-ish, and it's still a little wonky. I feel like tonight I'm tired right now, but I think it's going to take me a little bit to unwind. Although, if you have snacks, and snacks usually make you sleepy, so I'm going to eat some snacks. But today was just incredible. So anytime I forget, or if you forget this, if you are ever feeling just so low, go out if you can't. Like sometimes I've struggled with mental health, so like sometimes that's not even feasible. Today I got up, I put on a cute-ish outfit, casual, I know, which also comes into play later, and no makeup. Here we go. I cannot bother with it. It's so wild because my friend last week, we were talking about how much I've changed since just even when I left Chicago 5 years ago, 2020. I wore a full face of makeup every day throughout all of my 20s. So wild to me that now I can hardly manage mascara. Okay. I got this out and then didn't eat it. Have you had this? 10 out of 10. I'm going to miss Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's. So went to a museum. Also cool. This one. Call it Mude or Mod. Although I think that would be an A. Mud. It could just be like mood, but spelled differently. I wonder if that's Portuguese. Ignorant American. Anyway, it was so cool. It was like a design museum. So walked around there. Felt a little sus around walking. Being by yourself is so different. And I wonder it's like a lot for a woman just because you're by yourself as a woman. I feel like people look at you, men look at you, women look at you, like it's just a different feel. Also found this place. Okay. People's eyeballs. They basically take pictures of your eyes. Look at this. Incredible. And then these are cool, but the coolest is when you can see they like, if you're like in a relationship, they even have like family ones, but they'll like take your eyes and like put them together. So cool. And it's literally like your iris gallery. It's so cool. So I like walked around this like very touristy center of Lisbon. Everyone tonight at dinner was like, oh my God, that's such a good place. So I'm glad I'm staying in this neighborhood. I'm glad this is like the first experience because it is very touristy, walkable, very walkable. But I was still like holding my crossbody. All I think about is somebody coming up behind me and cutting the strap in my bag and like running off with my passport. So anxiety, a lot of solo anxiety. But I had found this meetup online. I had saved it earlier in the week and I was going to book it. It was like a dinner, girls' night dinner. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know even where it is. It was like a 20-minute walk. I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk. I didn't walk. I Ubered. Everywhere is €4, basically, to take an Uber. So cool. But I messaged her because when I went on this morning to like book it, it was sold out. There was a wait list and I was like, God, wish I would have done it. So walked around the museum. It started to get dark. Found this market. So cute, like shops and food and drinks. And I got a sangria and walked around. And then I sent an Instagram DM and I was like, hey, I tried to get a ticket, but there's a wait list. Obviously, it's sold out. Just on the like random chance if somebody cancels, I'd love to go. I was feeling like I have to do again and it's Friday night and I'm just going to be crying in bed, whatever. And she was like, sorry, sold out. Like, I'd love to connect with you. These are also really good. These are natural gummy bears. I found them at the movie once and now I'm hooked on them. Packed these from home. Bags of these. So, sorry, I can't wait list, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, sounds good. And then like 20 minutes later, she was like, girl, you're not even gonna believe this. You totally have a spot. Here's the link. Grab a ticket, get an Uber. The wait list, nobody could make it. I was up. So grabbed my ticket, got an Uber, same outfit, no makeup, had the best night. Met like at least 5 new girlfriends, like easily 5, maybe even more. I think there were 10 total, maybe 12. And the cool thing was like, You're in a little group at each table. So the four of us shared all of our food, went to this delicious Indian restaurant. And then, yeah, all shared socials. We played a game. That was fun. So I got to meet like 2 Portuguese women, 3 Americans total, me and 2 other women. And then the rest were from all over the world. So just incredible. Just like totally fed my soul and made me feel so hopeful that I'm going to make friends. And this is like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And community, it's always community. Like I'm in the right field. I feel like I'm in the right city. I feel like I'm just like aligning myself in the right ways for what feels like the first time, like consciously, intentionally. Chicago was that for sure back in like 2008. But like, again, I had like a little baby brain. I didn't think about things the way that I do now. So incredible. And then like side segue about my driver's license, I found this website called Workaway. So when I did van life, I signed up for Harvest Hosts, which is like this nomadic, when you do RV travel, van life travel, you can pay for this membership and you can park anywhere that any of their community members host for free. So it's like golf courses, bars, restaurants, farms, vineyards. I stayed on a vineyard. I stayed in 2. I can't remember where this second one was. I think they were both in Colorado, but like southern Colorado. Anyway, Workaway is similar, and it's like a volunteer program where you exchange your volunteer services for accommodations, and some of them even pay you and or feed you. So like, and some of it's like breakfast is included, or like breakfast and lunch is included, or breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just dinner. It's up to the host. A lot of them are like way out of my league, like building a house or farming, legit farming, which you could try. But a lot of like gardening, which again, do I have experience? Not really, but I'm will learn anything. I can learn anything. And I can weed a garden. Like I've definitely done that before. So signed up, paid my membership, searched, like looked through. This was like earlier in the week. I saved a bunch of them earlier in the week. Because again, came here with 1 Airbnb booked, no plan. And I just thought somebody's just gonna be like, yes, come live here. So sent out a handful of messages a couple days ago. And one woman, she was aggressive, I would say, just in our messaging. She called me a Yang. And also, if you voted for Trump, you can't stay here, which I didn't. So fine. I like probably align with most of her opinions, but just the intensity. I set up a profile. So I put my pictures in. I do feel like sometimes I'm profiled in a very basic white girl way. And again, I lived in a van. The level of things I've navigated, whatever, but I am very self-sufficient. Sometimes I don't even think I give myself credit for the level of ability that I have, but I'm not a weak little girl. Like I'm not that at all. So even if externally, if you look at pictures of me or you look at like, I'm in the beauty industry, I'm a hairstylist, I have whatever, unless you know me, do not put me into some category, especially that one, because it's not me. But anyway, 6-year-old woman from the UK, she decided I was probably in that category. And whatever, the messaging was just insane. And I was like, oh my God, this is the only person that said yes. Everyone else was not available, or maybe next month. So this morning I was just like, okay. And then I look at my messages and I get a message and she's like, since you didn't respond, I moved on to the next person. Sorry. It had been like 9 hours, maybe 10. And again, I just got in yesterday, had a meltdown midnight. Honestly, I didn't really want to stay. I didn't really want to stay with you. I was hoping for other options. So you're right. Sorry, I didn't respond. So fast forward, I now have 2 other incredible potential hosts. I'm meeting one virtually tomorrow. 10 o'clock, we got a call. She's a single mom. She's on the coast, so on the ocean, but not close to Lisbon. It's quite a hike, which is okay. I'm open to that. But the driver's license aspect is that she has kids, and one of her asks is to pick up her kids from school. I don't have my driver's license with me. We'll see what she says tomorrow on the phone. And it looks like her kids are like teenagers. So the other couple lives like mid Portugal. So like middle of the country, very rural, but like gorgeous house, vineyard, so much property, a sauna, and I would be exchanging business. support. So marketing support, like email, social, content creation. Vineyard wants to like start a blog and like do email marketing. I think they also maybe want to host events or something, but they are coming into Lisbon tomorrow, just ironically. They're a couple, husband, wife, single mom, two different dynamics. The couple, they are cute, like on their profile, they look adorable. They have like social photos, like groups of friends, like all cheersing with wine. In the background is the vineyard. Like, I feel like I will stay on your vineyard and help you with marketing. Are you kidding? Yeah, for free. Like, okay. So tomorrow they're coming into Lisbon. We're going to meet for lunch at a little art gallery that looks so cute. And hopefully I will be able to secure one of these two for at least part of this time and offset my housing cost, which would just be such a blessing, such a blessing. So incredible night with a group of girls, made at least 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe more friends, multiple meetings next week with different people that I think could just nudge me along in this process, and potentially accommodations that are not an Airbnb, giving me such a better budget for the rest of the trip. What a difference a day makes.